You split too small. You split too slow. I could split faster with an axe. All this and more coming up on another Q&A video with a little stacking and chatting. Alright everyone, so welcome back to another Q&A video where I take your questions that you leave in the comments and I answer a few of them right here in the video. This is a little different than a live stream where I interact live and sometimes the questions are hard to get to because the chat is flying a little too fast, and I'm kind of finding that lately I'm also having a hard time keeping up with all of the comments because I've kind of expanded my my reach, and I'm now on 3 different social media platforms, and I'm averaging, believe it or not, right around, when you combine all of those platforms together, I'm getting around maybe 50 to 100 comments a day. So sometimes just don't have the time to get to them. And so this gives you an opportunity, if you have a question that you would like answered, leave it down in the comments of this video. And maybe on the next Q&A video, I will answer it. We're going to have a little fun this time. We're going outside. We're going to be stacking while I'm chatting. We have the amazing one out there, amazing Amanda. She's going to be helping me stack a little tote. And before you start leaving your comment about how inefficient this stacking method is, we're just out there after a day of work, and we're actually chatting about some other stuff, just talking about our day. And I actually find this almost as efficient as if we were both going to the tote and taking wood out ourselves, because sometimes you kind of get in the way of each other. So this way, one person takes the wood out, hands it over, the other person stacks it. So let's get to the questions, and we're gonna have a little fun. This video now, I did last week. I started doing my live streams to both Facebook and YouTube at the same time. So I did go through and pick out a couple questions and comments. Well, I don't think I did any questions. I don't get a lot of questions on Facebook. I just get a lot of real interesting comments, and we're going to get to some of those here in a little bit. So our first question: if you had to do it over, would you stick with the 28 Pro or would you size up to a 35C? So this is talking about the Wolf Ridge log splitter that I use. The model that I have is a 28 ton. They do make a 35, and I'm not sure. I know that the 35 tons, I think one thing they have a little advantage over from the 28, other than obvious power, is I think their cycle time is a little faster. So I might, if I were to do it over again, or if I potentially am looking to get something different in the future, I just might step up to the 35 ton option. Here is actually a question from Facebook. Why so small? I would be filling my wood stove constantly. Well, actually, a lot of the pieces I split aren't that small. And this comment was from the box wedge video. And those splits are roughly 4 inches square, I believe. So that's really not that small. It's a nice average size that you could pick up with one hand. So it's easy for a lot of people to handle. And the other thing is, if your wood is burning up that fast, you might want to check your draft on your wood stove, because how much air your fire is getting will drive how fast it burns, more than how big or small the pieces of wood are split. Alright, so now we've got, oh, this one's a little small. Let me make this a little bigger. Craig Wilson, one of the winners in last month's Pick Your Prize giveaway. Congratulations once again, Craig. When you first started in firewood, where did you get your wood? Did you go to the farm or tree service? Both. When I first started out, I would go down to the farm quite often, and that was because when the little boss man was born, the first couple of years, I would actually go down to the farm a couple days a week and work from there, because I can work from home. So I would go down there, and then that way little boss man didn't have to go to daycare, and grandma could take care of him and watch him. And so I would go down to the farm 2-3 times a week sometimes, and I would always just bring back a truckload of wood. So at that point, I wasn't really needing a lot of wood from tree service companies, but I also wasn't really selling that much. Then once I started selling more, once I started, getting more into building an inventory both to sell and to burn myself, then that's when I started really reaching out to different tree service companies. And that's where then I kind of made a few connections, and eventually it led me to networking with Rick, and now he pretty much is my only supplier. All right, Kevin Mason, good friend Kevin Mason, how you doing? Hope you're watching this one. I'm answering your question here. Can you burn coal in your boiler? I cannot. However, some of the new outdoor wood boilers, this is a little, I guess, loophole that they've put in. If your outdoor wood boiler can burn coal as well as wood, then it doesn't have to go through all of the new requirements and guidelines that they put in place for now making the gasification units. So that's one way that some manufacturers have gotten around that, is they've made their one model of their boiler burn coal or wood, and then you don't need to do the whole gasification and all the different systems and everything and whatnot. So, however, mine does not, but mine is also 10 years old now, so that's probably why it doesn't have any of that stuff in it. Just burns nice and clean. Wait, did I go through that? Okay, so here we go. This is where the fun begins. I could have split that in 1/3 of the time with a maul. I can split that red oak with an axe faster than those two people are. Way too slow. Axe splitting my way faster and a lot cheaper. So here's the thing, and I get this all the time. And I will give anyone who says this comment, I will say, okay, for maybe 1 or 2, maybe 3 rounds, you might split a little faster with an axe or a maul. But put your axe and maul or whatever you want in your hands and split consistently for a straight 20 minutes against the Wolf Ridge, and I guarantee you, I know which pile of splits will be bigger, and it isn't yours. So one thing you have to think about when you're splitting. So let's say that the Wolf Ridge has an 8-second cycle time. And on all of these videos, these people have made comments, I was using the 4-way wedge. So in 8 seconds, you end up with 4 pieces split from one round, okay? If anybody's ever split with a maul or an axe, when you take a swing and you hit that piece of wood, unless you have it contained with a chain or in a tire or something, those pieces, they split apart. Now, you have to pick each of those pieces up, set it up, and split each of those again. So you're going to potentially be taking 3 swings in the time it takes 1 push and back of the splitter. So 3 swings in 8 seconds. You keep that pace up for 20 minutes, okay. If you can do that, hey, all you have to do is turn on your phone, make a video, and instead of replying with a comment, reply with a link to the video showing all of us how fast you really can split with your axe and your maul. Because like I said, I'm guessing maybe 1 or 2 splits, sure. The other thing is controlling the size of your splits. I mean, if you're just hacking and slashing and making one little piece, one big piece, and then you're calling that good, no. When I'm splitting with the 4-way, like I said, I try to get all the pieces consistently the same, and that sometimes is hard to do with an axe or a maul when you're splitting for speed. So it's just always fun seeing these comments, and I'm not knocking these guys at all. I love seeing it. It's good banter back and forth. Like I said, it's fun. I have fun with it, but come on. Okay, and even if you say you can go 20 minutes, okay, let's go an hour. Let's see you swing your maul for an hour. We'll see how many splits you have. Next up, those shoes, those pants. F, they drive me nuts. Get some jeans, socks, and work boots. This is enough to make me pull my hair out already. Well, listen, if watching a video on the internet is pushing you to the point of venting and leaving a comment like this, I suggest you disconnect your power supply to any electronic devices, put down your phone, and don't watch any videos on anything. You can always find something that's gonna, drive you crazy, but I mean, this is another video, or this is another comment that I just find amusing and fun, and I don't know, it's always hard to judge context and how someone is actually saying this, so it's, again, I just look at it as friendly little banter, but it is pretty funny. And last but not least, another typical type of comment we get here. Woodmaster 4400 outdoor wood boiler inside a building. You can't fix stupid. So this was on a video where I showed that my outdoor wood boiler is actually inside a little part of my shed. And I've actually seen this quite a bit. I've seen people have their outdoor wood boilers covered in a little lean-to, in a little shed. My opinion on this is that if I can be, well, first of all, if I can protect my piece of equipment from the elements, I think that's a good thing. And if I can keep myself out of the elements, the wind, the rain, the sleet, the snow, when I go out there to put wood in, I think that's even better. For me, yeah, it gets a little smoky sometimes, but I think having that inside, being out of the elements, both for the boiler and for myself, I don't think it's really that stupid. I don't know. But I was just going to start the stacking video over again, but I think that is the last question. So, I guess maybe I can start it over, and we'll just do the closing like this. So thanks for watching. Again, this is just something I try to do. I always say this. I'm going to try to do this more regularly. I'm going to try to do this more consistently and start pulling out questions and comments now from this video that's going to be both on Facebook and YouTube. So leave your questions, leave your comments down below. I'll pick a bunch out. We'll get to it in another video. Thanks for watching, hanging out for a little bit, and again, all in good fun. Hopefully, if I did show your comment, you didn't take any offense to it, because we're just having a good time here, having some fun. So with that, stay safe, have fun, and be cool. Thanks for watching.